2K Sports Game.
Hello and welcome. Glad you could join us here on 2K Sports. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson. Next to me, Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. And our coverage tonight will be coming to you from Detroit, where the Pistons will be going up against the Minnesota Timberwolves. Minnesota, they haven't forgotten the fact that this team swept them last year in the regular season. This is a game they had circled going in. And here we are, start of a new season. So much drama coming out of the gate.
Drama for your mama.
Shaq, for the teams that are underperforming thus far, what can they do to try and right the ship?
Look, Ernie, it's early, so don't overreact. You can mix up the rotations a little bit. Don't be scared, Coach. Do what you got to do.
Well, first, you got to keep believing in yourself. But I love these player-only meetings.
Oh, I'll bet you.
I did, man.
Really? You liked them?
Oh, because I used to. That's the only time I could really look in your face in front of the other 11 guys and tell you how I really feel about you.
Like, Akeem, you're killing us.
No, that never was said. It was more like, see, we should only give it to Akeem because he's the only one not killing us.
Oh.
The Detroit Pistons come into this one following a loss, guys, to Philadelphia.
Well, listen, I've seen worse performances offensively, but no doubt that group was inconsistent.
For sure. Agree with you there. They just didn't have it. Seemed like they were a step behind and out of sync.
And before we get going, let's hear from David Aldridge on the sideline. David?
Well, guys, Stan Van Gundy has coached the likes of Alonzo Mourning, Shaquille O'Neal, and Dwight Howard. But he said, as a rebounder, Andre Drummond is as good as anybody, if not the best that I've ever been around. He just goes out and gets the ball. Drummond said it's just a will. The will to get the ball most people won't jump for. I just put myself out there. Kevin?
Thanks, D.A. And Drummond is just a hulk of a man. He's really the backbone of this team. There is no shortage of athleticism in this one tonight, Clark. Both these teams just incredibly athletic on both ends of the floor.
Yeah, I agree with you there, partner. I mean, they cover so much ground, and they cover it quickly because of the length and speed they have as teams. I mean, excellent length on both sides of the ball in this one, and they play to their strengths, and that's length and athleticism.
Ready, gentlemen? Ready?
And it's the Pistons to start out. All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. And so in the game for the Timberwolves, down low, it's Jang and Towns. Teague runs the point with Butler at his side. They're the backcourt. And it's Muhammad in at the 3 spot. And so it's the Pistons getting board first. Teague for 3, and play stops as it looks like they call him over the back here.
Well, that was a quick foul for him there. The refs are certainly calling it close.
Here's Jackson. And there's the feed to Harris. Fades and shoots. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Harris has got his second bucket of the night.
Well, he could have earned some style points there, but he really doesn't need to use the fadeaway when he's that wide open.
Teague kicks to Zhang. Back to Teague. The Timberwolves working the ball around now. And the dunk by Towns.
Yeah, you know, not every point guard will be able to find an open man right there, but Teague is always looking for the right play.
Timberwolves on defense. Defeated by the Pacers in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them.
Yeah, we saw no matter what they tried offensively, the opponent just had the answer.
Yep, they sure did. Seemed like they had them completely figured out, hammered them with their aggressive defense throughout the game.
Now here's Teague after the miss from outside wing. The three-pointer off the mark. Pistons 2 or 3 here to start out the game. Bradley against Butler. Outside Bradley. Kicks it to Harris. 5 on the clock. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
And the call will be against Jeff Teague. That is his first foul of the game.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
Heads up action there. Reading the play and then beating him to the spot. Well done.
There's the pick. Lure the pass to Harris. Here's Bradley. That's no good. Couldn't get his first shot to go. Muhammad dishes to Jang. The 8-footer. That one a little long.
They're 1 of 4 here to start, looking to get into a flow offensively.
Muhammad against Harris. There's the pass to Jackson. Left side Harris. Drummond a screen. Harris with it. Now defended by Muhammad. Jackson misses. Minnesota's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Butler. That misses. Had a chance to tie it there.
Really just struggling here in the first few minutes. 5 attempts with 1 falling.
Bradley kicks to Jackson. Harris against Muhammad. Looking to end the drought. Fresh 24 for the Pistons. Harris outside. A second chance effort. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
You know, the last few seasons, the Timberwolves assembled a terrific young core. Now they're ready, I think, to take that next step forward. Adding veterans like Butler, Teague, and Gibson. I think they're ready to win right now.
That's good from Harris. For the Wolves in their breakout season that everyone was waiting for, the pressure is felt by the team. It's just hard to pick out when a group of young players Clark is going to put it all together.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but that Western Conference about as stacked as it's ever been, Kevin. But you know what? I think the Wolves are primed and ready to be contenders.
Now here's Teague. He's coming off a 13-point game against Indiana. Jang, the pass to Teague. Butler dishes to Muhammad. Rebound, Detroit. Drummond's got his 3rd rebound on the night. And Harris wide open. He shoots. Harris missing again. Timberwolves trail by 4. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
And count it. And a chance for 1 more at the free throw line.
Come on, this is a big guy here, Towns. I mean, you got to foul him a lot harder than that to stop the shot. I mean, he's just too strong. Now he gets a chance to add 1 more at the line.
1 shot.
And looking at Towns and what he can do on the floor already at his age is impressive. This is a guy who's going to be a 20-10 player perhaps for the rest of his career. And as young as he is, I tell you, the sky is the limit.
And Bradley gets it to go. Timberwolves trail by 3. Teague kicks to Butler. And that comes off the assist by Jeff Teague. Teague's got 3 assists now in this one.
And that's what I like to see from Butler, going right up with it. No hesitation at all. Ready to shoot as soon as he catches.
Now here's Jackson. He's coming off a 10-point game against Philadelphia. He's looking for Drummond and finds him. Foul on the play. Basket counts, so it'll be a 3-point play chance.
Now that's where you like your shots to come from. And watching Andre Drummond play, he's really just an old school type center. I mean, he eats up space in the middle and finishes plays in close. Not a skilled guy who can pull a defender away from the basket.
And that one misses. And with Drummond, he does play like towering centers of decades past.
Yeah, I mean, he isn't great at moving the ball around or hitting shots from range, but his size and athleticism are elite and one of the best rebounders in our game.
And Teague is a little reserved, but he's a natural leader, a guy who commands respect, I think, on both ends of the floor.
The Timberwolves shooting their second and third shots at the line right here.
Gentlemen, two shots, loose shots.
He misses the free throw.
And one thing that you can say about this Pistons team is they are fundamentally sound, strong on the glass and closing out possessions, and they really don't make a lot of mistakes.
Good on the second free throw. Great with the Pistons and their discipline as a team. Part of their great rebounding means they allow very few second chance points, one of the fewest allowed in the league last season.
And couple that with how strong they've been at taking care of the basketball. Low turnover numbers as well as points allowed off of those turnovers. And with that rebounding, I think it makes for very measured basketball.
Timberwolves trail by 3. Here's Muhammad. And he got the whistle, so he'll have a three-point play opportunity.
Well, right there you see the strength of Muhammad, able to convert through contact and has a potential and one.
And he's got his first chance at the line here.
One shot, gentlemen.
One of the toughest parts about playing for the Minnesota Timberwolves is the travel schedule.
Yeah.
Clark, even interdivision games can involve lengthy flights, and the team travels more than any other in the NBA.
Yeah, and you know everybody travels, and it is part of the league, but it is a small disadvantage for Minnesota to deal with. Not a big one, but nonetheless something unique to them as a team. Not much you can do about it, though. That's their lot, and they've got to make it work.
Now here's Butler, following the missed shot by Tobias Harris. Teague can't hit. The Pistons have gone 5 of 12 from the field since the opening tip. And Bradley gets it to go on the assist from Jackson. Jackson's got 3 assists in the game. Jackson against Teague. Muhammad on the wing. And he converts the layup. Muhammad's got 5.
Yeah, he's a powerful wing player, Kevin. Muhammad, I think, likes to operate in the painted area best.
Lure the screen. Bradley against Butler. Feeds it to Harris. Muhammad with the steal. Rejected by Harris. And here we go. Passes it to Bradley. Drummond dishes to Jackson. Over Teague. No good that time. Minnesota's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. And it's Butler missing. The Pistons have gone 6 of 14 shooting the ball since the start of the game. Jackson kicks to Harris. Karl Anthony Towns with the rebound. Towns has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Jang the pass to Teague. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Here's Muhammad over Harris. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. Team still learning the ins and outs of their systems and how to play together in these early games. If you were coaching Clark and your team was struggling, how long do you wait before making changes?
It's hard to say, Kevin. It's a matter of feel and understanding your personnel, and sometimes it's gut instinct, consulting with your staff. But I think you've got to try to keep your changes to a minimal, and when you do make them, try to make sure they're relatively small changes so that you have a chance to adjust and your team does too.
That one is off.
You know, Shabazz Muhammad was one of the biggest names in all of high school sports as a senior. He's still trying to find that same kind of buzz and groove at this level.
So Detroit ends up going with the new group. Big group substitution now for Minnesota. Patton, he's checked in for Karl Anthony Towns. Gibson comes in for Gorgui Dieng. Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for Butler. And Brooks subbed in for Jeff Teague. The Pistons trailing. Here's Kennard, coming in off a 10-point performance last game out. And he uses the glass on the layup. Marjanovic has got his first bucket of the night.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
The last 5 trips they've had have ended with a great pass leading to a basket. They're really sharing the sugar.
Now here's Gibson. Here's the floater. Now here is Smith. Marjanovic with a screen for Smith. Ellenson kicks to Johnson. 6 on the shot clock. To the middle. Here's Marjanovic. And Marjanovic with the slam.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
Does it as well as anybody, fellas. Tremendous skill while in the air.
Don't underestimate him. He can knock that down.
Kennard, the pass to Smith. This is to Ellenson. Brooks against Smith. Marjanovic. The rebound by Gibson. Minnesota's gone 2 of 5 from three-point land here in the first quarter. Crawford with the ball. Now Smith defending. Brooks dishes to Crawford. Here's Patton, and the rejection by Marjanovic. Smith with it. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Kennard, the pass to Ellenson. Sinks the three-pointer. And the Pistons lead by 3.
And they can't allow him too many open looks like that. That's just inviting trouble.
Pass to Crawford. They set the pick. And the rejection by Marjanovic. Johnson kicks to Smith. Ellenson with a screen for Smith. And it's Ellenson in the corner. Offline with his 3. Timberwolves trail by 3. And here is Muhammad. He's coming off a 19-point game against Indiana. And even 3-on-3 break. And that's out of bounds. Detroit will retain possession.
And Gibson just out here to play hard defense, showing great awareness coming up there with that block.
Brown, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. And there's a minute 45 left to play here in the first. Smith, the pass to Marjanovic. Back to Smith. Here's Kennard, guarded by Crawford. 3 on the clock. Shot's good by Kennard.
Oh, that was a terribly difficult shot, but still, somehow, some way, it went down. Wow.
Brown with a screen on Smith. Gibson a screen. Crawford outside. 13 feet away. Rebound, Detroit. This is their first chance this season playing the Timberwolves.
An interconference matchup. They faced these guys twice a season, and last year they took both games.
Two teams in the bottom of the East and West, as you said, these regular season victories count for more. Both hungry for a win tonight.
Now here's Johnson after the miss from Crawford. Johnson with it. Now guarded by Gibson. Johnson can't hit. And now the fast break. Gibson with the ball. They need this one. Count that one. 36 seconds left here in the opening quarter. There's the dish to Johnson. There's a screen by Marjanovic. Off the pick. Johnson attacking, and then Johnson with the jam.
And did you see the screen that was set for him? I mean, that was how he got to the hoop.
It was the classic screenplay. It won't show up in the box score, but that screen deserves an assist.
Absolutely, Kevin. I mean, that took the defender right out of the play.
Here's Brooks following the bucket by the Pistons. And it's Gibson, that time on the assist by Brooks. 5 seconds left here in the first quarter. No one near Smith as he lets it go. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Pistons lead by 3. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in just a moment. So far, it's been a closely contested game as we get the second quarter up and going. And guys, what's your take on the Pistons so far?
For me, that defense in the first period, just tremendous shot blocking.
Yeah, it's been impressive for me too, Greg. I mean, they've...
Timberwolves trail by 3. On the court for the Timberwolves as our second quarter is underway. Taj Gibson is out there with Brown. Then it's Brooks. Then it's Crawford. And it's Patton in at the center, filling out the middle. Can't get it to fall. And, well, Detroit shooting for the game at 42%. Shot from 16. Shot's good by Kennard. Kennard's got the lead up to 5 now for the Pistons. One thing that Tom Thibodeau can be depended on as a coach is giving his star players a lot of minutes. In fact, in Chicago, Clarkson criticized him for doing that. Others praised him for it. But the fact of the matter is, if you're a team leader, he expects you to be on the floor a lot and produce a lot.
Yeah, and, you know, that's part of the job. Hey, when you get right down to it, if you're one of the best players, you've got to show up and do your job all the time. And you look at players who've played under Thibodeau. I mean, he's had the league leader in average minutes 3 times in his career as a coach. Said himself that he expects his guys to get used to what star players do, which includes a lot of minutes.
Johnson dishes to Smith. Back to Johnson. Marjanovic, a screen on Brown. 4 on the clock. Here's Johnson. Up and in, off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field. Timberwolves trail by 7. Now Brooks. He feeds it to Gibson. They set the screen. Brooks misses. We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter now. And there's the feed to Smith. Pass to Marjanovic. It's good, the assist that time from Smith. And now it's a 9-point Detroit lead.
And you can sense they're starting to take charge here.
You know, they seem to be on the same page out there, Greg. I mean, definitely the momentum is with them.
Crawford kicks to Gibson. And that one hits back iron.
And low percentage look on that one. Not sure what he was thinking.
I agree with you. Not a good shot, not good offense. They can get a much better look than that, but they're going to need to be patient to do so.
The screen from Brown. Outside Gibson. Here's Patton. And the rejection by Marjanovic. Johnson kicks to Ellenson, and Ellenson throws it down.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And, Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
And those are the kind of sequences that tell you why the score is what it is.
So the Timberwolves called their first timeout. Aren't there a lot of great rim protectors right now in the NBA?
Yeah, there sure are, and there are a couple, though, that stand out to me. Gobert and Whiteside. I mean, they are just like octopuses in their ability to hover around that rim and challenge and change and block shots. Those two guys really stand out to me.
Yeah.
I also think you've got to consider DeAndre Jordan, too. With his athleticism, he's become better as a rim protector in his last few years.
Right, you're right. And it's Detroit's ball. It's been 10 unanswered points, and Butler sends it back.
No denying it. Butler, a superb defender, really does a nice job using his length to turn shots away.
Here's Bradley. Nice spin off the left rim and in. Bradley's. And what's your take, guys, on the hustle stats for the Pistons?
You know, they've done a great job of getting a hand up on shooters. Actually have gotten a lot of blocks as well, solidifying that defensive effort.
And also, how about the fact defensively they're getting that backboard and getting out in transition, especially in this first half.
And, you know, we all know about Jang's high motor. Defensively, you can't just let him float around the glass. You've got to get a body on him.
Outside Jackson. With a step back and a little luck that time, but it drops. Jackson's got his first points of the night.
Yeah, and their shooting really starting to pick up here in the second.
Yeah, and it should help them increase their separation here. I mean, this has been an impressive offensive output.
I like the recognition of the mismatch there, immediately making the defense pay.
He dishes it to Bradley. Back to Jackson. Harris passes to Marjanovic. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Towns with the defensive effort. Outside Butler. Jang dishes to Brown. Timberwolves passing it around. Teague drives in. The kick outside to Butler. Back to Teague. The tray. Detroit with the rebound. Luer's got his third rebound on the night. And here are the Pistons. They're on a 14-4 run right now. Bradley kicks to Marjanovic, using his post moves to get the 2 points. Marjanovic has got 8 points.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
And Teague has it in the corner. There's 3-pointers off the mark.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at all of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead. Tell you what, the defense has to be kicking themselves. Just a step late there, and the shooter made them pay for it.
And the Timberwolves call time here.
And really an interesting move by the Pistons, in effect shedding 2 starters in Kentavious Caldwell-Pope and Marcus Morris for one in Avery Bradley. Stan Van Gundy clearly valued Bradley's leadership and playoff experience.
Detroit making a switch here. Drummond's checked in, and a change for the Timberwolves. Muhammad, he's checked in for Brown. "11 feet away, and he tries off the glass, but it's no good.
And Avery Bradley, an unrestricted free agent after this season. The Pistons have made it clear they're willing to pay the luxury tax to retain his services.
And the dunk by Towns.
There's the great length we're always talking about with Karl Anthony Towns. I mean, leaving no doubt about that one.
Jackson kicks to Luer. Top of the key, Bradley. Butler with the steal. Now here comes Teague, leading the break. It's good.
Love the aggression from Teague there to disrupt the passing lanes, leading to a basket in transition. Great play.
Detroit leading by 14. Jackson passes to Luer. Back to Jackson. Lure a screen on Teague. Bradley kicks to Harris. Just 5 on the clock. Drummond a screen. Harris with it. Now defended by Muhammad. And that one's good. Drummond's got 6.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Jackson kicks to Harris. Out of bounds. Minnesota takes possession. Now let's take a look at how the shots have been divided up between 3-point shots and 2-point shots for Detroit.
And really, the long ball hadn't been a big factor for him. Not a lot of attempts, not a lot of makes either. Nothing wrong, though, with probing inside on days when the shots aren't falling.
Timberwolves trail by 14. They set the pick. Zhang a screen. Butler dishes to Towns. And it's sent back by Drummond.
Drummond mixes defensive smarts with elite physical tools, and that's what makes him a solid defender. He's going to get his hands on a few shots each and every game.
Muhammad against Harris. Kicks it to Teague. Scores for only the 2nd time tonight. Now 2 for 6 from the field.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg, they've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
Jackson kicks to Lure. Outside Bradley. On the wing, Harris. Looking to get back on track here. That shot no good. And Minnesota will come the other way. T kicks to Muhammad. The pass to Towns. Over Lure. Towns dishes to Muhammad. And sticking right with it, gets the foul with the bucket, and he'll go to the line.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Minnesota shooting their 7th free throw attempt here. So both teams making some changes here.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And that one falls for Muhammad.
And when you look at what the Pistons have done, pretty clear this is a team that has a vision of who they want to be. Strong defensively, really good at rebounding the basketball, and I think deliberate and patient on the offensive side of the floor. You know, he's had better starts, obviously, but he's shaking it off here in the second.
Pistons leading by 7. Drummond the screen. Smith the pass to Drummond. Count the basket. Drummond's got 8 points. And with the Pistons, this has been the identity the team has been aiming for under Stan Van Gundy. It's taken shape, but has yet, Greg, to produce big results.
I think it's because they've just always been 1 or 2 pieces short of making that next jump. I think the conference has gotten stronger, and while their best players are really good, I don't think they're quite at that elite level yet to allow this group to take that next step.
Well, Towns does so many things on the floor, already an elite post scorer. But, Greg, one area that he has struggled with at times is his defense against other bigs.
And I think he'll continue to improve in that area. What happens with young guys, though, is oftentimes you're in prove how good I am mode when you're young, and you lose sight of some of the things that help you win games. And I think that's one reason why he had one of the worst defensive RPMs in the entire league. But young bigs tend to take a bit longer to develop into great defenders, and I expect he will follow in that line.
Johnson, he's checked in for Harris. The Timberwolves also with the sub. Crawford's checked in. And Towns drops them both.
And getting to the line and hitting your free throws, a good way to get back into the game. It stops the clock and extends the game and allows you the opportunity to set your defense. They've been perfectly aligned so far here in the second quarter.
Drummond with a screen on Crawford. Here's Kennard. Can't hit that one. Nice D from Crawford. In the post, Clark, you were as polished as they come. I watched it with my own eyes and loved the way you play. Just how important, when you go back to that time, is footwork for a big man in the NBA?
Well, I think it's everything, regardless of what size you are, big or small. Fundamentally sound footwork is essential to being a solid offensive basketball player. And as a guy who played inside and out, it was something I took pride in. And I wasn't the greatest athlete, a decent athlete, so my footwork allowed me to gain an advantage against bigger guys.
The first one falls. You know, Clark, at the end of last season, the Timberwolves unveiled this new logo they're sporting this season. They felt it was time for an update, and you have to say it looks pretty sharp.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, most teams in the NBA want to mix their logo up every so often to keep it modern and up to date and fresh. The Wolves have a young group and felt it was the right time to re-examine the logo, and I can't argue with them. Sometimes a little change like that can pay big dividends.
And while most teams are moving in the direction of attacking from three-point range or inside, Greg, this Pistons team will still look to make a living in the mid-range game.
Yeah, and the Pistons right at the top of the NBA in terms of the highest percentage of their points coming from the mid-range. Almost 20% of their points coming from that area. You have to play to the strengths of your team, even in an ever-evolving game. Right now, that's where their bread is buttered.
1:37 left in the first half of basketball. Right side, Gibson. Back to Crawford. And Gibson wide open. He shoots. And too long on the shot.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
Here's Johnson. Foul call that time in the whip. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
It is. I mean, no reason to back off and give him the layup. I mean, much better off making him go to the line.
First free throw is good. And you look at the history of the Timberwolves, and there have been some incredible players. Clark, which Timberwolf player always was your favorite to watch, and why?
Well, Kevin Garnett was fun to watch wherever he played. Clearly, his early career was in Minnesota, and his intensity, his focus, his versatility, his two-way prowess. Sam Mitchell, guy I got to know when he was in Indiana. I'm just one of those solid veteran guys. And then Kevin Love, a double-double 2010 guy, who was really good while he was there too.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
Now the Timberwolves with it. They're on a 17-7 run. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. The Timberwolves have shot 9 of 11 at the free throw line.
And when you look at their numbers from a season ago, 80% as a unit, that's something you'll be happy with.
Two shots.
And the first one at the line is good.
And just a much better job of attacking and getting to the line here in the second quarter. Didn't have a single attempt in the first.
Both free throws good from Crawford.
You know, he's a steady hand at the free throw line, showing tremendous confidence in this one.
Pistons leading by 6. Here's Smith. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Johnson the screen. Feeds to Drummond. Drummond with another miss. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Crawford kicks to Muhammad. And misses it off the right side of the rim. Detroit's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Here's Kennard. 6 points for him. Drummond the screen. Smith for 3. Got it off in time, but it's no good. And so is Detroit with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. They've set the tone. They love their tempo. They're going to be very tough to stop. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
The first half in the books. This is Ernie Johnson. This is Shaquille O'Neal. This is Ken Smith. Welcome back.
Ken,
as we break down the action. It was a closely contested first quarter for Detroit. They saw their lead grow to a high water mark of 5 in the period. And guys, for the Pistons, Kenny, what do you think?
Really great rebounding effort, Ernie, so far. They're putting up some nice numbers in that category. That's the big difference in the first half.
Shaq, what do you think about Minnesota?
The thing I like is their aggressive approach and getting to the line. You know, when things seem to stagnate on offense, it's sometimes a matter of forcing your will. This team can generate a lot of points and also dictate the pace of the game if they play with that aggressiveness.
That's it for now as the second half's just about ready to go.
Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half. Timberwolves trail by 6. Lure and Drummond together down low. Jackson and Bradley are in the backcourt. And it's Harris in at the 3, the small forward. That's the group for Detroit right now. Here's Butler. It's Drummond with the rebound. Drummond's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Passes it to Bradley. Over Butler. And that one comes up a bit short. Timberwolves shooting 33% for the night. That's a big thorn in their side right now. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. That's on Reggie Jackson.
Boy, excellent burst being shown by the aggressive Muhammad. That move drew the foul.
Clark, you know we like to reach out to the fans and have them send in questions, so I've got one right now. Here's Alex in Ohio, of all places. He asks, what sport other than basketball are you best at?
I specialized early, Alex. I was a decent athlete, had good hands, could catch and throw a football pretty well, but didn't like the contact there. Right now, I'm actually just a good workout guy, and I'm trying to become a better than average golfer.
First one falls for him. Both shots good from the stripe. Pistons leading by 4. Outside Bradley. He kicks it to Drummond. Here's the screen. Jackson ejected by Teague.
Some great timing that time from Teague, who was able to climb the ladder and get the shot block. Don't see that much from him, but pretty good work there.
And a good example there of why it's important to change ends quickly.
Vitally important. I mean, if you relax for a second, you're cooked, you're toast. They learned that lesson there.
Muhammad against Jackson, just 5 to shoot. The 17-footer. Jackson missing again.
They have yet to hit a shot. A real slow start here in the second half.
Butler dishes to Jang. Back to Butler for the lead. Detroit with the rebound. Drummond's got 11 rebounds in the game. Here's Lure. A rebound by the Timberwolves.
That's a big donut, folks, here. Start the second half. 4 straight they've missed.
Now here's Teague. He's got 5. Here's Butler. And that comes off the assist by Jeff Teague. Butler's got it all tied up now for Minnesota.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
And here we go. Fast break. Towns has got it. Bradley with the ball. Butler covering. Bradley passes to Harris. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. Harris has got 8 points.
And they get one. Now 1 of 5 here in the third.
T kicks to Zhang. There's the screen. Here's Towns. Over Drummond. Another miss by Towns.
You know, they don't score on that shot, but they're going to be happy with those kinds of possessions.
Bradley dishes to Jackson. Harris, right side. Over Muhammad. No good off the front iron.
And, you know, even with him struggling, they're still up. But they need him to find his rhythm soon.
T kicks to Towns. Here's Muhammad. Gets it to drop, and now he's shooting at a 5 for 8 clip.
Built, not bought. This guy is made to score. Muhammad getting his in a number of ways tonight.
Jackson kicks to Lure. And the 3 off target. For Minnesota, they've gone 3 of 7 on field goal attempts here in the second half. And stolen by Drummond. Jackson against T. Outside Jackson. Bradley kicks to Jackson. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Jackson.
And here we have an opportunity to check out Karl Anthony Towns. Great showing for him last season. 6th in rebounding, 12th in scoring, and a great touch around the rim. Top 15 in field goal percentage.
He was a top 10 rebounder last season for good reason. He's an incredibly intense guy to compete with. And for a full game, too. I mean, just nonstop. Outside Teague. Back to Jang. 5 to shoot. Minnesota needs to get off a shot here. Teague can't hit.
And truth is, though he misses that one, it's a shot he normally makes.
You're exactly right, Greg. That's certainly in his range. Forget about the miss and get ready for the next one.
Harris kicks to Jackson. Out to the wing. Lure the pass to Bradley. Shoots from the high post. Offensive rebound. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. The Pistons have made 3 of 5 free throw attempts.
One of the worst in the league a season ago, just 72%.
Shooting 2.
And he can't get the first one. He doesn't get the second one.
And lost his touch right there. Didn't see that coming. Usually, when he's hot, he stays hot.
Another miss by Minnesota. The Pistons shooting for the game at 42%. The last season for Reggie Jackson, he just couldn't get back to full strength. Missed a lot of time, Greg, as you know, with that injury to start the year. And even when he returned, his legs wouldn't cooperate and give him his usual burst and acceleration.
Yeah, and you can see it in Jackson's performance and really the numbers. Steep drop in production from what he had been putting up, and very dependent on his burst. So hopefully he can avoid any leg troubles moving forward.
And the dunk by Towns. That gives him the double-double. 11 points and 14 rebounds.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points.
Hey, guys, I know I'm stating the obvious here, but those could be an important 2 points considering how close this game is.
And he gets it to go as they call the foul. He's on his way to the line for one more.
They didn't have much of a problem getting the ball into the post that time.
And taking a quick look here, guys, at the hustle stats for the Pistons.
You know, block shots, guys, a clear indicator on the stat sheet of their excellent defense. I mean, leaving them no room to get off any shots.
Yeah, but also, they haven't missed a beat in terms of their fast break game. That's been equally as effective all night long.
Minnesota making a switch here. Patton, he's checked in for Towns. Gibson comes in for Jang. Jamal Crawford, he's checked in for Jimmy Butler. And it's Brooks in for Jeff Teague. Timberwolves trail by 3. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Dishes it to Crawford. No good on the triple.
Well, you see the struggles he's having getting anything to go.
Yeah, I'm sure he's frustrated, Greg, because nothing is falling right now. But he's going to keep chipping away at it, and that's the attitude. Stay with it. You know, leaving somebody that wide open is not prudent. I mean, you got to expect to get burned when you put that kind of effort forward.
Gibson down low. Johnson on him. Yep, it goes. And the Piston lead is cut down to just 4 points with the bucket from Gibson. Detroit's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Smith kicks to Harris. Pass to Marjanovic. Back to Harris. There's a screen by Marjanovic. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Smith. And he uses the glass on the layup. And the Pistons lead by 6.
Man, that was a really nice interior shot by Smith. For a smaller guy, he's extremely confident when he gets down in the paint.
The Pistons have gone 5 of 12 from the field since the third quarter got underway. The dish now to Harris. Marjanovic, a screen on Gibson. Jumper off the screen. A second chance effort. And the nice bucket inside for Marjanovic. Marjanovic has got 10 points.
Yeah, just a solid job on the backboard. They are really controlling the inside.
Well, they're working the glass, really battling in that area of the game, and that's helped them stake this lead.
Out to Brooks. Just 5 on the clock. Connects from three-point range. 6 points for him. Detroit leading by 3. Smith with it. Here's Kennard. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. Smith's got his 6th assist on the night.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Dime-dropping delights is what I call it.
That's a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yeah, he was on the money, that's no doubt. Gibson dishes to Brown. Tipped away. And so it looks like the Timberwolves will retain possession here. Ellinson's checked in for the Pistons. Goes up off the inbound. A rebound by Marjanovic. Marjanovic has got rebound number 8 now on the night. Ellinson with a wide open look. Offline with his 3. Timberwolves trail by 6. Crawford passes to Patton. The Timberwolves working the ball around now. Brown kicks to Gibson. It's tipped, and that's out of bounds. Minnesota will retain possession. Crawford outside. Shot clock at 5. A floater, and the bucket counts. 3-point chance here.
Resplendent release on the floater. When executed correctly, it's a beautiful, effective shot.
He's had 4 chances at the line, made them all.
And last season, 86% from the line. So he's always had that calm presence at the line, no matter the situation.
Yeah, those were fine numbers he posted at the line. It was hard to find fault with anything he did from the stripe.
Detroit leading by 3. Kennard, the pass to Marjanovic. It's deflected. The feed to Crawford. Back to Gibson. And fouled as he went up to the dunk. Good aggressive move, and he'll shoot 2.
Taj Gibson is a solid role player. Really one of the best we have. A good rebounder and defender with a soft touch from the mid-range and can score without having plays called for him.
This is his first trip to the line tonight.
And really, the line a season ago was just a battle for him. Just about a 72% free throw shooter.
And the first one drops.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
Yeah, you know what? And I think they've just got to keep on keeping on. Keep drawing contact, attacking, getting to the line. That will certainly give them a chance to get back into the game.
So he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses. Detroit's gone into the 3-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. The Timberwolves trail. Back to Crawford. The shot goes down and it gets this game back to even. Crawford's got 7 points for the quarter.
There's been a change in his game compared to what we saw in the first half. I mean, he's scoring with a lot of confidence now.
There's a screen by Marjanovic. Shot's good by Kennard.
Well, I tell you what, I like the clip he's shooting at. Extremely effective. If you're on defense now, you got to get the ball out of his hands.
Minnesota's gone 1 of 4 in 3-point shots here in the third. Crawford kicks to Gibson. Inside, here's Brooks. Good work defensively by Smith.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Kennard, the pass to Smith. Marjanovic with a screen for Johnson. Off the pick. 4 on the clock. Again, the miss by Johnson. And here's Crawford. 11 points in the game. And here's Brown outside. The rebound by Marjanovic. Marjanovic has got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. On the wing, Johnson. Pass to Ellenson. Smith on the wing. Brooks covering. Smith, no good.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Exactly. Can't play it any better than that, Greg.
The drive by Brooks. Basket is good, and he'll get a chance for one more at the free throw line.
And finally, they fought themselves back to even the score. We've got a new ball game here now.
And really, all the momentum is theirs, making such a strong comeback. So I think you've got to really feel good about their chances the rest of the way.
Andre Drummond's checked in for the Pistons. Shabazz Muhammad's checked in for the Timberwolves. And that one falls, and that puts them up by 1 point. Detroit's gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. Drummond with a screen on Brooks. Ellenson kicks to Johnson. To the inside. Here's Drummond. Back to Johnson. Second shot opportunity. Got a piece of it. They recover it. Here's Kennard. He's got 11 to the paint. And it's Drummond with the jam.
Let the big dog eat. Love seeing Drummond throw it down like that. Beautiful.
There's Crawford with the 3. That misses. Would have counted had it gone in. We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. The Pistons on top, leading by just 1. Live from Little Caesars Arena, you're watching 2K Sports. Let's listen in now to head coach Stan Van Gundy from a few moments ago.
Right now, you got to do it all now, defensively and on the board. Take care of the ball down there, okay?
And trying to instill a sense of urgency, always in the voice of Stan Van Gundy, focused on the now.
And with a particular emphasis on the defensive side of the ball, feeling they need to lock it down to be successful.
Thanks for joining us again as we get set for the fourth quarter. A terrific game so far. And so in the game for the Timberwolves, Gibson is the 4 with Towns in the middle. Crawford out there with Brooks. And it's Muhammad in at the small forward position. Butler dishes to Muhammad. To the middle. Shoots from the elbow. No good from Gibson.
It's almost like he's trying to make things hard on himself. You know, he's just got to slow the game down. Try to get some easy ones.
Jackson misses.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Down low and stolen by Drummond. 4-on-3 break. Here's Ellenson, and the layup is good. Ellenson's got the fourth quarter started here with a bucket for the Pistons.
And that's how you move the basketball. Awesome passing leading to the bucket.
And Gibson kicks to Crawford. Gibson the screen. That one's good, and the Piston lead is cut to just 1 on the basket from Muhammad.
And I think this is where Muhammad's most dangerous, being aggressive, attacking off the bounce. That's his strength right now.
Ellenson kicks to Jackson. Butler against Bradley. He feeds it to Johnson. Shot clock at 6. Over Crawford. Johnson can't hit. Johnson's gone 3 of 8 shooting from the floor. Crawford kicks to Butler. Gibson the screen. Shoots off the screen. Rebound, Detroit. Drummond's got 14 rebounds tonight. Going after it. Bradley passes to Jackson. Drummond the screen. And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
Yeah, and those illegal screens have really become a point of emphasis for the officials.
And it seems like they've been more than willing to crack down on those. Makes it tough to get as physical as you'd like to out there.
Looking at who's out there now for the Pistons. John Lure comes in for Ellenson. And Harris subbed in for Johnson. Gorgie Dangs checked in for Minnesota. Teague comes in for Jamal Crawford. Here's Butler. Good, and the assist goes to Towns. Butler's got the lead up to 1 now for the Timberwolves.
And Butler does a nice job using his body. I mean, especially when he's close to the basket, comfortable operating inside.
There is just no way to tell who is going to pull this one out.
When you've had this many lead changes, you're looking to see which one of those plays is going to be a momentum swinger.
And he knocks down the first one.
And Butler emerging as a leader both on and off the floor, a player who plays with great passion and goes all out for his team all the time.
And so Butler nails both of them. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. Kicks to Bradley. Drummond with a screen on Butler. And it's Bradley off the drive over Butler. That one wide left. Minnesota in the lead. Muhammad on the wing. And it's off from three-point range. For Detroit, they've gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. And stolen by Butler. And now the Timberwolves on the break. And they double up Butler. Stolen by Allure. And here comes Harris leading the fast break. Again, the miss by the Pistons.
And low percentage look on that one. Not sure what he was thinking.
I agree with you. Not a good shot, not good offense. They can get a much better look than that, but they're going to need to be patient to do so.
And it's in there.
Well, I tell you what, he's not going to give in to the defense. Butler really is ferocious. Great job finishing off these tough shots.
Jackson kicks to Harris. And now Minnesota on the fast break. Muhammad with the ball. Here's Towns. Uses the glass to drop it in. And the Timberwolves lead by 5. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for Minnesota.
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
They have, but you also can't overlook how well they've defended the rim, as they've challenged every shot and also gotten quite a few blocks as well.
T kicks to Butler. He watches it go through the hoop for his 8th make. Now 8 for 14. And, well, Detroit shooting in the fourth quarter not pretty, down around 29%. Harris against Muhammad. To halt the run. Harris missing again.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
And they'll keep possession. It's good on the putback. Pistons trail by 9. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Here's Bradley. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. It's on Jimmy Butler.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple.
And Avery Bradley won the national high school title at Findlay Prep and was considered a top 5 prospect. Some had him even at number 1, and still after 1 season at Texas, he fell to the Celtics at 19 in that 2010 draft.
That free throw good from Avery Bradley. And Bradley, a great athlete. He won the dunk contest in high school. Terrific player, but he's not a big highlight player, it seems, in the NBA, Greg.
Yeah, you know, his strength and explosiveness more on display defensively, and that's been his meal ticket. He's added skill, though. He's turned the corner and has become a two-way threat.
Both free throws good from Avery Bradley. And so it's Minnesota with it. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. Teague dishes to Muhammad. And, yep, that's going to be a flagrant foul. Unnecessary contact.
Boy, a very hard foul that time, and the officials had to slap him with the flagrant. I mean, you can't let him get away with that kind of contact.
Yeah, gee, that's an easy call for the officials to make when there's that much contact. The league is really cracking down on those sort of plays. First one falls for him. Muhammad hits them both. Here's Butler. Over Harris. And the shot falls short this time.
Well executed. Great rhythm. You've got to finish that.
Agree with you there, partner, because that screen really freed him up nicely, and that's a shot. And if you're a pro, you need to make that one.
Two shots.
That free throw good from Avery Bradley. And so Bradley nails both of them. And the Timberwolves with possession. They're on a 16-6 run. Jackson against Teague. Butler on the wing. Now here's Teague. He's covered closely. Some solid defense there from Jackson. Pistons trail by 7. Three-pointer. And again, it's the Pistons missing.
Boy, strange that he bricked that one. I mean, no clue where the defense was, and tell you what, they got very lucky.
And it was still over the rim. Offensive basket interference. Teague's gone just 2 for 8 from the field, right there at 25%. Jackson passes to Drummond. He dishes it to Bradley. And the rejection by Towns.
Well, you see the great reach as well as the relentless pursuit shown by Towns. He's simply saying, not here, not now, not in my house.
Towns sets the pick for Butler. To the middle. And it's sent back by Drummond. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Drummond. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Muhammad. Here's Jang. And at last they get one to fall. Jang's got 4 points this quarter. Pistons trail by 7. Here's Drummond, and Drummond throws it down.
And that lead pass allowed him to get straight to the unabated in stride.
Teague kicks to Towns. Back to Teague. Over Jackson. That's good from Teague on the assist by Towns. That's 7 points for Jeff Teague.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Yeah, and they're really getting pummeled on points in the paint here.
Jackson dishes to Harris. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he makes the first. Detroit making a switch here. Smith has checked in. He hits both from the stripe.
Boy, he's got a great stroke from the line. That's not something we can say about all the league's big guys.
Outside Teague. Now the pass to Jang. Back to Teague. Feeds it to Butler. And there's a foul. It goes on Jimmy Butler. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
Yeah, they're starting to go in the wrong direction in terms of turnovers. It's slowly becoming a problem.
Lure a screen on Butler. Inside, Towns with the steal. Butler with the ball. Now Smith defending. Butler kicks to Teague. Towns a screen on Bradley. Zhang a screen. The timely screen gave him a step, and he took it all the way. 21 points for Jimmy Butler. Smith kicks to Bradley. On the wing, Harris. Muhammad covering. Smith against Teague. Takes the 13-footer. Count that one, and the Minnesota lead has been cut down now to just 5 on the basket from Bradley. And for the Timberwolves, they're shooting it well here in the fourth quarter. 50% to the middle. Back to Teague. Wants to get it to Butler, and does. And it's Bradley with the rebound. The Pistons shooting in the fourth quarter has looked shabby. 38%. In the corner, it's Harris. Out of bounds. Minnesota takes possession.
Hey, Kevin, no idea what happened there, quite honestly. I mean, it seemed like he just mistimed that pass.
Timberwolves leading by 5. Passes it to Butler. Teague against Smith. Teague kicks to Zhang. The kick outside to Butler. To the paint. Here's Towns. It's deflected. In the corner, it's Harris. Shoots a 3. It's good. The assist that time from Smith. Smith's got his 9th assist in the game now.
Boy, they've been terrific from beyond here in the second.
Exactly what the doctor ordered. Those 3-point bombs will erase the deficit quickly if they can keep it up.
And now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Karl Anthony Towns.
And he's put on a terrific show of skill in the paint. A combination of moves, footwork, and that soft touch down low. It's all added up to one dominant performance for the big fella.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Well, during the break, I heard Tom Thibodeau as he talked with the team. He knows this has been a hard-fought game, and he wanted his guys to just sit down and catch their breath. He said, look, we're right in the game, guys. Let's make a little push here. Let's come out with some bite. Kevin?
Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
A guy with the size and skill of Towns, Kevin, really hard to stop without fouling.
First one falls for him.
And you know what's impressive about Towns to me, guys, at this young age? The preparation he puts into each and every game. He's a true pro in that regard.
And Towns drops them both.
And he's got such a smooth stroke, and it never changes, even in this kind of a high-pressure situation.
Smith with it. Butler covering. Drummond sets the screen for Bradley. He kicks to Harris. Shoots over Muhammad. Harris missing again. Timberwolves leading by 4. 1:57 left here in the fourth quarter. Zhang, no luck. Detroit's gone 1 of 2 from 3-point range here in the fourth. Smith left side. Here's Bradley. It's good. The assist that time from Smith. 14 points for Avery Bradley.
That's how you pass the pumpkin. I mean, Smith really keeps his head on the swivel to get that ball over to his open teammates.
Butler against Bradley. Teague, the pass to Zhang. Back to Teague. Over Smith. And it comes off the front of the rim. For Detroit, they've gone 7 of 16 from the field here in the fourth. That's about 43%. Minnesota's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. And Muhammad kicks the tee. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
Yeah, and T keeps defenders off balance, out of their comfort zone, and quite often because of that, he's able to draw fouls.
On the first, and that makes it a 3-point lead. Jackson, he's checked in for Smith. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 4-point ball game.
2-possession game now, guys. Some very important free throws there.
Drummond with a screen on Butler. Lure the screen. Bradley kicks to Harris. Takes it out to Bradley. Clock at 4. Bradley with another miss. This may be their most important possession.
No doubt about it. As long as they don't make any major mistakes, this one's in the bag.
Tell you what, you cannot let Butler get loose in these fast break situations, Kevin. I mean, he's too quick and too smart in the open floor.
Now a timeout called by Detroit. They're behind by 6. We've got 33 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Harris inside. Muhammad covering. Good! And now they trail by just 4.
And, you know, Drummond is an experienced big man now. And because of that, he's gained confidence and has no problem shooting over the defense inside.
So the first one drops, and that puts them up by 5. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Those foul shots put them that much more in the driver's seat.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. They're down by 6. 26 seconds left in the game. Bobbed up there for Drummond. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. And they go to the intentional foul.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
Yeah, but Greg, they didn't really have another option. I mean, I thought they did a nice job getting it in his hands and making sure he was the guy who'd go to the line.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's an 8-point game.
And really nothing they can do now. They just got to play this one out.
Yep, this one's a wrap, partner.
Jackson misses. Now T. And so Minnesota takes the win. They came in here and took care of business like they were the home team.
And Kevin, how about the mental toughness that this group showed? They were never rattled at all by the opposing fans.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Jimmy, how confident are you that you guys can build on this win and keep the momentum going?
Very confident. Like I said, we got a great group of guys. We play together, play hard. We can win.
I know you'll like to keep that going as we go on in the season. Thank you for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. See you later.